So today I'm going to demonstrate how to don PPE or put on PPE and doff PPE or take off PPE in the sterile field. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wash my hand, which includes taking off all jewelry, which I have a ring on. Alright, now that I have done and washed my hands, the first thing I'm going to put on is the hairnet. And so I want to hold the hairnet like this because you want to touch the outside as little as possible. And I'm going to go from the forward back. And you want to make sure all of your hair is inside the net. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the face mask. I'm holding it by these strings because you don't want to touch the face part of the mask. I go ahead and put on the nose part first. I'll go ahead and clamp the nose and tie it in the back. And then I'm going to take the strings of the lower part and I'm going to do it under my nose and tie it in the back. Alright, now that I have my mask on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up the sterile package that has my gown in it. Alright, now that I have my gown, I want to hold the gown like this on the corners on the inside because you don't want to touch the outside of the gown. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie it starting at the top. Alright, now that I've got the top tied, I'm going to do the second one, which is around the mid-abdominal area. I'm going to tie that right in front here. Alright, now that I have that tied, I'm going to put on my gloves. I'm going to open up the sterile package that has the gloves in it in the sterile field. Now that they're open, I'm going to use my fingers and I'm going to touch the inside because you don't want to touch the outside of the gloves. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my hand in there. I'm going to use my two fingers to help put on my glove. And I'm just going to work my way around, and I want to make sure that I have my gloves go over my gown, so that way if there's anything that goes on my gloves, it goes directly onto my gown and not my skin. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the second one on, making sure that I don't touch the inside. And I'm going to go ahead, and I want my hands like this so that way I'm not contaminating anything. And again, I just want to work around to make sure that the glove goes over my gown. And that is how you don or put on PPE in the sterile field. And how to take it off or doff it is you do it in reverse. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my gloves. So how you do that is you pinch the outside of the glove and you pull it down to make it go inside out. And you ball it up in the other glove. And then you take two fingers and you go on the inside of the glove. That way you're not touching the outside of the glove that may be contaminated, and you do it inside out. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. Next, what you want to do is you want to take off the gown. So I'm first going to start with the bottom and then the top. And then you want to touch the outside as little as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and go from the inside out and turn it inside out. And then you can go ahead and roll that up, making sure not to touch the outside. Go ahead and throw that away. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go quickly wash my hands. That way I get rid of any germs that may be on my hands before I start touching my face. Alright. After I wash my hands, I'm going to do my mask first. I'm going to go ahead and untie the bottom strings first. Alright, now that that's off, I'm going to do the top. And then you want to hold it by the string so that way you're not touching anything that may be contaminated on the actual mask. All right, now that I threw that away, now I'm going to do the hairnet. And how you're going to do this, you're going to take 2 fingers and you want to go on the inside. And you want to go from the bottom up and go from the inside and turn it inside out. And then you go ahead and throw this away. And then lastly, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and wash your hands one last time so that way you can get rid of any bacteria that may have been on your face mask and hairnet. All right, now that I've washed my hands, I have now finished the process of putting on and taking off PPE in the sterile field.